All right. Hey guys, give me a sec. I know I'm coming here early. I'm 30 minutes ahead of schedule. I have to run out. I have a few errands that I need to do, so that's why I am starting it today at 30 minutes early. Let me make sure. Awesome. I do see myself. I do see myself live. All right, guys. Let's see. So once again, I'm starting this 30 minutes early. I have a few things that I need to do at noon, so I either had to do this early or after, so I figured I'd just start it earlier. So let's see, let me make sure I got everything up here, and give me 1 second. This is just like some housekeeping stuff. All right, hey, I wanted to just say thanks for taking your time for joining these 5 minute-ish Fridays. It truly means a lot to me. Today I'm 30 minutes earlier, just because, like I said, I have a few things that I need to do at noon. But typically, the plan is every Friday at noon. I'll cover some topic within 5 minute ish, or sometimes they're 5 minutes, sometimes they're longer, and just real estate, note investing, private investing, and things like that. But today's topic, it really boils down what I what I was coming up with. The topic is I've been getting a lot of questions about retirement and things like that, and I thought it'd be a really good. And I'm actually doing a webinar. I forgot to put the link in here. This coming Monday at 8 o'clock, and I'll go over a little bit more. But I'm just kind of going to kind of touch on this. So I like to start these webinars off with a stat: nearly 60% of Americans don't know how much they'll need to actually retire, and it's pretty simple to figure it out. 1 in 3 people have less than $50,000 saved, and you know, and that whole $50,000, it's really like it's more or less like a reserve fund. So if something happened, you had some money to fall back on, right? So I just found these stats kind of shocking. So that's what this 5 minute-ish Friday is about what's your freedom number, how to build income that sets you free. Um, so, like I said, I'm having a webinar this coming Monday at 8, and I'll go over it. I'm going to do this exact same presentation, but I'll go into a little bit more detail on how to calculate and things like that. So, as I like to also start off, I'm not a financial planner or CPA. This video is for educational purposes only. This is not investment, tax, or legal advice. Please, I beg you to consult with a qualified professional, an attorney, more specifically an attorney that has your interest at heart. Any information that I give you or anybody else gives you, just always, always, always vet it, because you just need to have your attorney needs that's what you're paying them for, right? They have your best interest at heart, and just always do your due diligence on people. So with that, so are you really free or just working harder? Most people trade time for money, and there's nothing wrong with that, having a job. Retirement feels further away than ever for most people, and the real question in it is, what's your freedom number? So you can actually define your freedom number by taking your monthly income that covers your life on your terms, and that's what I was going to cover more Monday about it. And I'll just kind of show you real quick on some of the things that I'm going to be going over. It's not about being rich; it's about being secure. The goal is predictable income that replaces your paycheck. So the problem with traditional plans, like your 401ks, your mutual funds, it may not be enough. They're at the whim of the stock market, depending on who's in office, the news, the whatever. It 100% impacts your stocks, and the market swings erases gains. I mean, it's crazy, right? And you can't plan monthly income from volatile assets, like in my opinion, the stock market. So retirees need consistency, not luck. So that's where what I choose is I buy performing and non-performing notes, where I love being the bank, not the landlord. I'm a lien lord. I buy the debt, not the property. Borrowers pay me monthly, the principal plus interest. And what's really nice about this is it's backed by a tangible asset, the property. It's not speculation. So some 3 steps to build note income. You define your freedom number. And once again, I'll go over this a little bit more on Monday during the webinar. So you define your freedom number, learn how to buy performing notes safely, and you reinvest monthly income until it replaces your job. So here's an example. $50,000 note at 12% return, it pays $500 a month. 10 similar notes. I mean, if you just had 10 similar notes at $500, now this is net. This isn't including like your, paying for your servicing costs and stuff like that. So this is where is what, and also, paying for private money. And I'll talk a little bit about that on Monday as well. So if you had if you had 500 notes, 10 notes at paying $500, that's $5,000 a month. So that's $5,000 cash flow. It's predictable, secured, and scalable. So how to start small and smart. You can use your retirement funds, your self-directed IRAs, or your solo 401ks. Focus on due diligence and low ITV. ITV is investment to value. I did another 5-minute Ish Fridays on that. So you could definitely look that up. And then another thing that you can do is you can partner or learn before buying. So some key takeaways with this webinar on Monday, I'll be giving away this free calculator. And I got a link to it right here, so I'll click on it here in a second. You set your numbers and you build your plan and start creating mailbox money that you can count on. So here, just once again, this is what I'm going to be covering on a little bit on Monday. So let me see if that shows up here. I just pulled it over here. Yep, there we go. So like the retirement, like how to calculate, what you actually, your retirement vehicle, like a 401k or self-directed IRA, if you have nothing else coming in, right, and you just stock this money away. I'll cover this. I'll go into detail on this, and then I'm also talking a little bit about Social Security, about the deficit that you'll be in based on the income. Like right now, the median that I was using here was the median income was $78,000, retiring at 66. So there's a $46,000 shortfall that you would have to, if you're used to living off that $78,000, right? And that's where I'm going to cover these scenarios where if you can have performing notes coming in, how many performing notes you would need, and things like that. So I'll talk a little bit more about that on Monday. So if you're interested, please feel free. I don't have the Zoom link. That's one of the things that I totally forgot about doing, was putting the Zoom link in this, just because I've got this. I got to get out of here and run these errands. But if you want that Zoom link, actually what I'll do is I'll post it in the replay on this. And that way, you can register for it. It's free. I'm not selling anything. It's just, I'm just trying to provide information here. And if you had any questions or comments about this, also, please feel free to check that comment section and leave them there. Or you can shoot me an email, larry@ljhinvestments.com, or you can, feel free to call me, 513-301-1468. Or if you want, you can schedule a time with talkwithlarryhoffman.com to schedule a 30-minute call. Hang on a second. Let me move this over here so I can get this over here. So you can schedule a 30-minute call, talkwithlarryhoffman.com. I can go over, anything that you want to talk about. Real estate notes, commercial properties, non-performing, performing notes. Maybe you have lazy assets that you're looking to put to work, earning an above average return, secured, backed by a tangible asset, real estate. So if you have any questions about that or other things, just please feel free to schedule that time with me, text me or call me, or shoot me an email. And then, like I also said, is in the notes or in the comments, I'll post the link if you're interested in registering for that free Zoom webinar that I'm going to do next Monday. All right, guys. I don't see any questions, and that's it. You guys take care. Have a great Friday, and have a even